Tonisha doesn't hide that life has been hard, and she doesn't pretend. She grew up in a cycle of poverty and addictions and abuse, and often with people that continues. When Tonisha first came, she was very young. She had a little boy that she was trying to parent. He was under a year old. She was just having a really rough time because she did not have any support system at all.
I was fighting really hard for my first child, and then I found out that I was pregnant with my second, and I knew that I couldn't keep fighting for my first when I wasn't fully ready. So I sought help, and I went to the pregnancy care center where they actually were there for me, and they told me about open adoption.
She chose to carry her children at a very young age. She chose to go and find the best family she could find, and then usually they have a ceremony and place that child in the arms of another. If you can imagine, it's like giving up a part of yourself.
You basically go through every single emotion you can think of. You go through anger, you go through depression, you go through anxiety, you have no idea what to do with yourself because it's like you're giving up a part of yourself.
This was a really good family she chose, but she still had all the grief of not having to be able to parent. So it was lots of sadness. And I think she had the hopefulness that one day, when she worked through her grief and worked through her trauma, that she would be able to, later in life, actually parent a future child. But these two, she wanted them to have what she couldn't give them.
I would come back because I felt a lot of support from Barb, and I would meet with Barb and have counseling sessions with her. And then I found out about Birth Moms Group.
I think I told you my birth son is turning 18 this year, so it's like a really big year. Yeah.
I think the pregnancy center was a safe place for her and a happy place for her. Often birth moms don't want to go back to the adoption agencies, even though they do offer counseling for birth moms, but that's sort of the place where they sort of associate with pain, so they come to see us here. And even the Birth Moms Group, it was the relationships among the other birth moms, we would just celebrate them.
As a birth mother, it's hard to give yourself permission sometimes to feel those negative feelings. Again, because you don't want to discount the fact that you made a good decision. So you're like, I should be happy about my decision, but that's not the case. You've given away a huge part of yourself, and even though it could be the right decision, it's not an easy decision. There's a lot of loss that comes with that we can't ignore. And so to have that group of women who get where you're coming from is really, really important. And I think it's easier to share your story with people who understand that.
Relationship is really is what we offer. Nobody wants to be really told what to do. You want to hear them and help them figure out what their next step is.
That was really important because it kept me coming back, knowing that at the Pregnancy Care Center I had lots of support.
You know, we've gone through that whole decision-making adoption process with her, and now we've been privileged to go through another pregnancy with her and watch her parent.
Braden, hi. Hi, handsome. What's going on? Braden's amazing. He's a happy little boy, nonstop smiling. He's learning fast. He loves to try to babble. He loves people. He has a big smile. Through the healing process, I learned that I didn't have to be stuck in my past, that I could actually set up a better future for myself and learn to respect myself, learn to love myself. And you need that before you can ever actually parent a child or have a family.
I think being at the center and having the supports has helped Tonisha learn how to process some of that pain. And unless you process the pain, you are generally not going to move on to be healthy and to be able to be healthy in how you parent your children. And I think Tonisha has come a long way, and she has decided that for her child it's going to be different.